What's up guys, CalebBake01 back again for another random horror review. And we'll get straight into this one today. So last night, me and my girlfriend wanted to watch a movie. This is one she had never seen before. This is a movie that I've seen plenty of times, but to be fair, it's been a long time since I last watched it. So it was good for a revisit. I feel like just the general public do know this movie pretty well. You don't really need to be a horror fan. I feel like it's definitely left its mark on pop culture. This film gets referenced a lot. Not even just the film. I feel like the franchise in general. But anyway, the Final Destination. So the original one from the year 2000. This is my 5-film set. It's the whole franchise. Yeah, I don't know why I opened it, like you guys didn't believe me, but it's my 5-film collection. I really wish they would do a part 6. I've always heard rumours that they were, but it's been however long since the 5th one, and we're still waiting, so I don't know where that's going, but anyway, yeah, the original one from the year 2000, starring Devon Sawa. I really like him as an actor. I really like him in this and Idle Hands. But anyway, even though I said this movie is very popular and it definitely has left its mark on pop culture, we'll quickly get into the plot. So, as I said, we have our lead, Alex, played by Devon Sawa. His class, his French class, I think it is, are going on a trip to, I think it's Paris, off the top of my head, and he has a vision that the plane that they're on, explodes and they all die. The plane crashes. So he starts freaking out once he realizes all these coincidences are connecting to what he visioned, what he dreamt. So he starts to panic and he gets taken off the plane, and so do a handful of his classmates and one of the teachers. So obviously they're off the plane now, they're panicked, they're in the airport, no one knows what's going on. And as the plane leaves, in the distance, it explodes, and what he said happened in his vision actually came to reality, and now because they escaped death, they cheated death, now death is coming back for them and picking them off one by one. And that's what makes these films so fun. And when I say these films, the whole franchise, just watching and seeing how these survivors are now going to be picked off by death. That is the most fun thing about this franchise. I think that's what it's most memorable for. That, and also seeing how seeing where these visions come from, as in this one's a plane. Throughout the whole franchise, you got like a road, a roller coaster, race car track, and a bridge. Yeah, I think that's what really draws people back in. Guessing to see how these survivors are going to be picked off by death, and what they're escaping from in the first place. And once again, holds up really well in this movie. As I said, watching this, it was so refreshing. Like, it's been a long time since I watched it, and yeah, just that, obviously it came out in the year 2000, but that early 2000s feel / late 90s, it was just so comforting. You can have so much fun with these movies. There's just something so rewatchable about films from that time. Obviously I was born in the early 2000s, so fits my bill pretty well. As I said, I really love the whole mind game, like where is death gonna strike, because that's the whole plot. These guys have escaped death, and now death has this design, has this pattern to pick them off now. I love that. What I didn't like this time around with this movie, which I kind of, like, as I said, it's been a while since I watched it, so kind of forgot about it. I don't like how death is portrayed as almost like a serial killer, as in death is like lurking, and it's almost like seen as like a character. Sorry, I couldn't even think of the word. Like, death is shown to us as like a character, which I don't mind in a sense, but you know, I'm gonna go to one of the deaths here in the movie. Like, when Todd dies and he slips on the water and the cable wraps around his neck and chokes him out. I don't mind the death, but I don't like how, you know, the water is depicted, you know, sliding back under the counter and away, like, so there's no proof that, you know, he slipped, and I don't like that. And like, when someone's about to die, this black wave comes over into their vision and stuff, and I don't like that. Like, I just prefer the more psychological aspect of knowing that death is coming and all these crazy coincidences are starting to connect. And I do like the idea of Death's plan and this whole plot and this design. I like that, but just the fact of, you know, Death being you know, shown in this movie almost as like a character, like this invisible, as I said, like serial killer picking them off. I don't like that. I would prefer it to be more psychological, which it is, but you know, Death to be shown as more of a unstoppable force other than a character, if that makes sense. I kind of went on a long tangent there. I'm not even 100% sure if that makes sense. Might have to edit through this when I rewatch it. But that was one thing that was really sticking out to me in this, and yeah, just this time around I didn't really enjoy it, and that's what stuck out. And this movie at times is a little bit cheesier than I remember it being. There's some scenes where you're like, what the fuck is happening? Like, I can't believe they're doing this right now, and, you know, you're sort of holding your breath. But, as I was saying when, you know, I first started talking about this in the review, you can sort of put it all aside because it's so much fun, and you can just, as I said, turn your brain off and just, you know, wait to see how these kids are going to be, you know, taken out and who will be left standing, you know, how Alex and, you know, the people who are left surviving, you know, how they're going to plan, you know, to escape Death's design. That's what you watch it for. You watch it to see what's going to happen next, who's going to, you know, be decapitated or taken out or sliced in half, whatever. That's what you watch it for, and you can have so much fun with that. So I'm going to sort of leave it there, a quicker review today, but I feel like this is a movie that most people know, and for the most part you can have a lot of fun with it. The acting is fine, everything from a technical standpoint is good. Just as I said, the only thing that really stuck out to me this time watching it that sort of didn't click with me is how, as I said, Death is more predicted as a, like, you know, a killer, other than like a force of nature. You know, I'd prefer that sort of approach for it, but we'll leave it there. My rating for Final Destination from the year 2000 is a, you know what, I'm going to go 7 out of 10. It's pretty solid. As I said, it's got that nostalgia, it's got that fun. So I think a 7 out of 10 is fine, and we'll leave it there for today's review. As I said, sort of a quicker one today. I sort of got stuck on this tangent about how the film depicts death, but yeah, we'll leave it there. Thank you guys again for joining me for another random horror review. I know just in general my videos have sort of slowed down from when I first started, and when I say when I first started, I mean the first couple of months. It definitely has slowed down. I know that, but thank you guys for sticking by me. I'm still going to keep trying to put out content regularly. Getting a bit tongue-tied there, but thanks again guys for joining me, and I'll see you guys very, very soon.